Hi everybody, I had a message from Drew Shah over the weekend asking if I could record some content for his community around leadership, because we're all facing difficult times at the moment and it's a real challenge. So how do you as a leader or even as a contributor in your business or your practice, how do you take a leadership position and start to give yourself and people around you confidence? So I'm going to talk about a number of areas on this video, and I've broken them down into individual kind of segments that I'll just talk through, just to try and help gain some perspective and work through how you can take yourself, your families, your friends and your teams through this difficult period. So first and foremost, you must look after yourself right now. And when I say look after yourself, I mean put in place physical, mental, and if necessary, spiritual practices that just help you to reconnect with yourself. You know, the saying on an airline is, put your own oxygen mask on first. Never is that more important than now. You must look after yourself. And what I'm doing right now to look after myself and my family is to make sure that every day I take some form of exercise, just something that gets your juices flowing, gets the energy flowing, builds your immune system, helps you to stay strong through this period. It doesn't have to be dramatic exercise, but just something. This morning I did a 30-minute yoga practice, and it really helps with generating energy, connecting with myself, and creating space in my mind as well as my body. The second thing to do is make sure that you have some form of gratitude or appreciation practice and ritual. So every day, start each day, this is what I do, just asking myself what I feel most grateful for, most appreciative of in the world right now, regardless of the situation, because I can't control the world and the situation, but I can control my thoughts and I can control my attitude. So ask yourself that question. What am I most grateful for right now, even in these difficult times? What am I most grateful for? And it just grounds you and helps you to feel more confident and more self-assured. And then the other thing I do is ask myself, what should I have faith in? What should I have faith in right now? Faith in humanity, faith in something bigger than me, faith in a grander plan, but something that just makes you feel a little less concerned or fearful, because that's a challenge right now. Keep yourself grounded. And once you've got that practice in place, something that keeps you spiritually, mentally, physically strong, the other thing I'm doing psychologically is focusing on the positive aspects of any situation. So I've got some time with my family right now. I've got some time with friends on FaceTime. I'm keeping communicating with certain people that are in my network that I want to stay connected with. So think about what you can do to keep your psychological mind, your mind strong. And the evidence is really clear that actually when you look at where most people's thoughts go right now, most people spend 50% of their time in negative thoughts, even without a crisis going on, and only 30% positive, and the remaining 20% is neutral. So, and if you focus your efforts and you switch that, you can actually make a real change. So look after yourself first and foremost. And Drew talked about emotional intelligence. The first step of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. As a leader, as a practice owner, make sure that you are keeping yourself aware of how you're feeling, how you're thinking, and starting to manage yourself more effectively. Once you take care of yourself, you're then in a better position to take care of other people. So while we're talking about self-management, the other thing I'm doing right now is I'm limiting and restricting the amount of news I take in. Now, I do this on a regular basis anyway, because the media love to inflate and overhype everything that's going on. And right now they're absolutely having a field day. And if we're not careful, we can just spend almost all of our waking hours just watching this update on the COVID-19 virus. And yes, we need to stay informed, and we need to put in place the right practices and make sure that we are protecting ourselves, our families, our friends. But we also need to make sure that we don't overwhelm ourselves with information that is sensationalized and doesn't actually serve us and makes us feel really quite fearful and panicky in this current climate. So I'm limiting the amount of information I take in. I'm just going in once a day, getting an update, working out what it means, dealing with facts, and then moving on with the rest of my life. And that's such an obvious fix, right? If we are exposing ourselves to all of this negativity, it's only going to result in us feeling fearful and anxious. And we don't need to feel that. We can't change what's going on, we can change our response to it. So take control of the information that's coming into you right now. Make sure that you give yourself the space to think positively about the situation. And the other part of emotional intelligence that's really important is intuition. So if you look at the evidence on emotional intelligence, it's about trusting your intuition, trusting what you know, and going with your feelings in situations like this. So don't flood yourself with negativity, because those feelings will take a downward turn. Make sure that you limit and restrict the information and focus on what you really want. Where you put your focus and your attention is it creates your reality. It will help you to either be strong in these situations or feel vulnerable. And right now we all need to feel as strong as possible. So that's a really important first step. Look after yourself first and foremost. Restrict the information, the negative information that comes in at you. Now, let's say you've had a few days of doing this. You're feeling better already. It'll help you sleep. It'll help you put the foundations in place for your health and well-being, which is really, really important. Once you've done that, now as a leader, your job is to show confidence, show authenticity, to help your teams to see that whilst there is uncertainty, there's always going to be uncertainty, more now than ever. But when there is uncertainty, as a leader, your job is to stay calm, is to see the path through and start to show guidance and signposts for your teams and your organization. Even if you don't know 100% what's going to happen, what's really important is to stay focused on what you do know, stay focused on the facts, stay focused on helping people stay calm. Keep communicating. You cannot over communicate at times like this. Keep speaking to your teams, keep speaking to your peers, keep speaking to the right people, get the right information, and your job now is to give yourself and your teams calm and confidence. And yeah, we might all have to make some sacrifices. We might have to reduce our expenditure. We're not going to have as much financial freedom as we're used to, but you know, as long as we have our health, we have the right people around us, we're taking the right measures, everything will be okay in the end. It's about giving yourself that confidence first, then you can project that to your teams. And once you've got yourself in check and you're feeling more confident, more self-assured, regardless of what's going on, now it's about connecting and communicating. So keep the communication flow with your teams, with your people, keep the connections, even if it's just having conversations. You may not be able to do that in person, do it over video. Have a conversation with people. Just help everybody to get that same sense of positivity back, or at least self-assuredness. Even if you can't be positive, don't go to the negative. Just help people see what's really important, make the best of this situation right now, reach out and connect to people. As leaders, our teams need us more than ever right now. And one of the most impactful things you can do as a leader, as well as communicate, is to listen to your people, listen to their concerns, make sure that you're present and fully aware when they're talking to you, and just provide that guidance, just provide a safe place for them to be able to express their fears, express any anxieties. And whilst you may not be able to provide them with complete reassurance right now, because let's be honest, we're all a little uncertain about what's happening, just the fact that you spend the time listening, talking, and providing that reassurance is going to make a huge impact. And as we come out of the other side of this, whenever that may be, your teams, if they've been treated the right way, and if as a leader you've been able to engage them even more deeply, your strength of relationship, the commitment and loyalty that you show now will be rewarded to you in equal measure, if not greater, as you look at the future and work towards strengthening your business beyond this. And it will happen. We know that's going to happen. It's like the seasons, everything changes. So right now, just remember that, keep it in mind, engage with your teams and really listen deeply to their concerns and provide that reassurance. So the other thing that's been on my mind recently is, or are, I should say, all of the tasks that I just don't get time to do on a regular basis. And there'll be things in your business that you've been meaning to do and haven't got round to for a while. So right now, while you have some time and some space, start to think about the strategic measures you want to put in place in your business? What are the things that I need myself and my team to be doing that when we get them in place and then we return to some form of normality, no matter how long that takes and whatever that transition period looks like, they're actually going to make me stronger as a leader. They're going to make the business stronger when we're going back into our practice and our working. They're going to make the team's life more straightforward, more simplified. They're going to help the business to run more effectively. There'll be lots of things on a list. Pick 1, 2 or 3 things that you've been meaning to do and create the space and the time to do it. Don't wallow in the issue. Don't keep getting consumed by the pessimism that's in the market. Start to think about what you can control, the measures you want to put in place, and make a plan to start to get those things done while you have the time and the space, because that's going to make you feel like you're in control. Even if there's no income in it right now, at least if you're making provision and plans that are going to strengthen your business when you come out of the other side, you'll feel a greater sense of control. And so will your team. Your team will see that as leadership. They'll see it as you taking a proactive, positive stance towards helping improve the business in the future. And everybody then starts to feel better about the fact that you're doing something that is going to come out of this situation in the future, and it gives everybody confidence. Actually, there is a path forward. There's something beyond this short-term phase that we're in. So see it as that short-term phase, but think long-term around how you can make improvements in your business. Step up and show the leadership to your teams. The other thing to do is to be the positive influence. So at times like this, we need someone who's positive around us. We need people around us. Our circle need to support us, show us the strength. But as importantly, you need to be that person. You need to show some leadership, show people that actually this is a situation for us, or an opportunity for us to all step up and do something remarkable, be stronger, show some positivity, help people understand that actually, whilst the situation isn't ideal, we can make the best of this situation by focusing on what really matters. Normally what really matters is people, staying connected with people, and really thinking about yourself first so that you can help others second. So that's a kind of important principle right now. Focus on the positive things that you can control. They'll make the real difference for you and for your organizations. The final point on here is to research the facts. Look at the recent announcement from the government, from Boris Johnson. Look at the information that's available. Look at the support that's available. Talk to your accountant. Talk to people who know what is happening right now. And things aren't as bad as they seem. There are opportunities for you to get support financially, and psychologically through this situation, through our current circumstances, but there are support packages available. So look at what they mean, access all the support you can, think about how you help your teams to realise the situation is going to be tenable. You'll be able to get through this. It's about helping people see what's important right now, and your role as a leader is critical in doing that. So I hope these videos have been useful, or this video has been useful for you. And I'll check in with Drew. If anybody would like to speak to me one-to-one, I'd be very happy to take a call. But remember, right now it's about focusing in on yourself, your teams, and getting through this period. And if you can put in place the strategies and tactics that will make you stronger once we come out of the other side. I wish you all very, very best of luck through this period. I wish you all well, health, happiness with your families. Remember to take that time to connect with people that are really important. And that is what is going to help us all get through this stronger and more successfully out the other side. So listen, best of luck to everybody, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.